whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. The system's broken, and the truth frozen, and the secret's open, the deep state moves in the shadows, yeah, we rolling. Everybody, we rolling with some crazy in the dark and some toxic code. In this black budget world, we the ones chosen. So tonight, cruel lies, truth is exposing. Huh? Truth is exposing. This is way too real, I need a moment. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the dead showers. Till then, that the truth is out, as they say. Grace above, secret staying hidden, man. SNL in the newscast. Tell them Lou Lozano got the last laugh. More specifically, rear with flash drive. File so big they make it die. Jack Barron with the deep dive. Reverse engineering craft with a keen eye. I'm embodying characteristics of the mystic. He knows so veridic. I just need time alone with my own thoughts. Star maps in my mind with the false fly. My childlike wonder, my cosmic honest gets drowned out like a policy. Reality is catching up with me. My mind fights like the veil of secrecy. With these three rings they entrust with me. Looking down at my classified needs. Like no one should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm flipping off the cowards. Till then, that the truth is out. Cosmic prowlers, lost majestic files, CIA towers. They said the abomination of science fiction, but now fact man, check the transmission. At the end of the day, I'm exposed this. You know damn well, y'all feeling this. I don't need clearance, I got my own dish. I shut down with straight well when that shit. How's the truth doing? It's surviving. I was watching lights move, now I'm diving. Where the crazy at? Where they hide? Death. Jumping up in our programs off my chest. Truth on my chest. The power to let the secrets go. Something mean to it. Dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen to it. Scream from the skeptics, yeah, I bring truth to it. I guess every whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. And the truth frozen, and the secret's open, the deep state moves in the shadows, yeah, we rolling. Everybody, we rolling with some crazy in the dark and some toxic code. In this black budget world, we the ones chosen. So tonight, cruel lies, truth is exposing. Truth is exposing. This is way too real, I need a moment. The truth is out, as they say. What you know about rolling with the grays in the nights? Even Greer crew. Eric Davis on the mic, talking for alien species. When the whistleblowers speak, governments fall to their knees. Sightings in the sky, better take another look. I feel like I'm floating in the cosmic truth. Hey, UFO news dropping now. Welcome to the proof.
The data confirms their presence.
Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good today. I hope everyone is doing good today. Let's do this segue here and see what's going on. See this? Let's do that. All right. Let's get the time up.
Hello, Sir Knight.
Hey, Ren, can you give me the news around the world, please?
Absolutely. Let me give you a quick rundown of the latest news from around the world. Starting globally, there have been some significant developments. In the Middle East, former President Donald Trump is making headlines once again by demanding that Iran pay compensation to the US as part of ongoing negotiations related to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Unfortunately, there has also been a tragedy in Colombia where a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake has taken the lives of at least 111 people and caused widespread damage. Here in the United States, there's been news about wildfires sweeping across the western regions, stretching resources thin as crews battle numerous large blazes. Meanwhile, former President Trump has signed an executive order related to spacing out childhood vaccines, which has stirred considerable debate among medical communities. Now, locally, in Clearwater, the City Council has been involved in a couple of significant decisions. They recently moved forward with a nearly $180 million sports complex planned, despite some concerns from local neighborhoods. Also, the city has decided to renew a 30-year contract with Duke Energy instead of creating its own municipal utility, which has been welcomed by local watchdog groups. That's a wrap on the latest headlines. Let me know if you'd like more details on anything.
Any crazy news?
Absolutely.
High of strangeness?
Yeah. There's definitely some strangeness out there. For instance, one story that's been trending is about a small town in Italy where the residents claim they've seen mysterious lights in the sky. Some have even described it as a mini UFO flap happening right in their own backyard. Whether it's real or just imagination, it's definitely one of those eyebrow-raising reports. And closer to home, there's a quirky piece of news from right here in Florida.
Hey, Aaron, Lore, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Coming in with the W's and the hearts. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, bro.
Hey, I'm doing great, and it's awesome to hear from you, sending those W's and hearts right back at you. It's always good to feel the love and keep that positive vibe going.
Yeah. Go keep on with the weird strangeness, the high strangeness news.
Absolutely. Let's keep the high strangeness rolling. So here's another one for you. There have been reports out of a remote Scottish village where residents are claiming to hear what they describe as musical hums coming from the nearby forest. No one can seem to find the source, but it's become a bit of local lore. Just goes to show, there's always a little mystery in the world to keep things interesting.
No, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. With everything going on in this place, man. It's a trip. What's going on, Oz? Zit, guys? Hope everyone's grand. That's live. Kick ass, dude.
Well, we'll definitely keep that energy up. It's always a trick talking about all the strange and wonderful things going on. And I'm glad you're here for the ride. So let's keep it rolling and hear what other interesting bit we stumble upon.
Most definitely.
Absolutely, most definitely. We'll keep the good vibes going and keep diving into all the unusual happenings out there. Whatever comes our way, we'll just roll with it.
That being said, do we have any local UFO stuff going on before I get into my segue of stuff and discussion?
Absolutely. We do have some recent local UFO reports right around Clearwater. For instance, back in April, a couple of residents spotted a group of 5 cigar-shaped objects over the Gulf, just off their balcony. These objects had bright white and blue lights and moved pretty fast before disappearing. This was actually reported to the National UFO Recording Center and posted in June. With another interesting sighting was last year when a former naval officer saw a bright orange orb over Clearwater. Looked like a slow-moving plane, except it wasn't a plane at all. No sound, no contrail, just a glowing orb cruising silently through the sky. So yeah, there's definitely some local UFO buzz going on.
That is what I am talking about. Yeah. You can't play around with that.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't ignore that sense of mystery. It definitely adds some excitement and a little extra flavor to what's going on locally.
Most definitely. Just gotta keep on keeping on, right, guys? Gotta keep on keeping on.
Absolutely. Just got to keep on keeping on. Sometimes you just have to ride that wave of curiosity and see where it takes you.
100% agree. 100% agree. All right, let's get into this segment here, and we got some local stuff going on, of course. So you already heard that, but we do have some posts on X that we want to cover, and alongside that, we're going to try to get into the Reddit post and see what's going on Stack, and go from there, from all the UFO sightings and discussions around UAP and UFO lore, and see if we can fact check as we go along this segment. So I appreciate you guys. 21 10 UFO, man, it's been busy. I bet, brother. I bet it's been really busy for you. You're catching them out there all the time. You're catching them up there all the time, bro. Appreciate you dropping by.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a busy field, and it sounds like you're right in the thick of it. It's always good to have you drop by and share what's going on. It keeps things interesting for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Let me my mouse is dying here. 210, you got recent posts that you have posted up on your TikTok. Let me see if you got some fresh stuff here, so we can go along. Looks like your thing is, I gotta.
Absolutely. Let's take a look and see what you've posted recently on TikTok. We'll just roll through some of those clips and see what kind of fresh sightings or interesting footage you've got. It should be fun to check those out together.
If I go into my second,
no worries at all. We're just taking nice and easy and go at a comfortable pace. It's all about having fun and diving into these sightings together.
all right, hold on. I just got notification here for code I gotta put in. Yeah, so
All right, no problem at all. Take your time to pop that code in. Whenever you're ready, we'll jump right back in.
let's see here. It's like a lot of people popping in and out. I think I posted 5 just from the last night. That's actually pretty cool, dude. All right, so right now, guys, we're at 210 UFO. He's basically he heavily posts, and he said he just posted 5 last night. UFOs are up and about. Hopefully you don't got no music here. It gets me banned.
No worries at all. We'll keep in mind.
Can't do the music. So this location right here, another UFO brighter than. Hey, where are you located? Are you in 210?
Right now?
Hey,
Absolutely.
hey Ryan, thank you for the news. Appreciate it, man. It's like you're just trying to Let's see if I can't get you off before you respond again. Did I close it? Did I close it? Yeah, I closed it. Thank God. I'm Northwest San Antonio. Kick ass, man. This is. Let me see. I can't blow this up a little bit better right here, dude. There we go. There we go. That is delish. That is delish footage. That is nice. This is right over the top of the weeds there. That's over the top of the tree trunks. That's actually really magical. Yeah, man. Northwest San Antonio. Yeah, this is that's really nice, to be honest with you. Real clear. Let's see if we get the next one here. And this was this is 14 hours ago. I see you, bro. Freaking Uncle Jay always commenting in the comments. Something real short. Appreciate you guys dropping by, man. Max UAP. This is that's pretty nice too, man. 11:45 p.m. after moving, starting to move more. That's actually really nice. Got another one there. Oh, I didn't see that. You zoomed into the other ones. That's actually really cool. Someone has an explanation to the right here. Let me see what that says here. Do that live. Why not? Jess says, I see them too, friend. Just post my first video about them. More coming. Follow, share, so we can find more people who experience it. Yeah, let me give her a follow here. But she's not here right now. She's not here right now. So I did a follow. Alright, so I did that. Alright, so since she's not here, we're just not going to worry about her. But, yeah, Norway, Santiago, and Antonio, man, 10-210, man, he is really, that's commercials. Let me straighten out that fucking image. Hey, what's going on, Max UAP? How you doing, brother? I figure I'd start the live with a little bit of, the segment here. We can follow this. My first account was suspended until the 11th on TikTok to give you guys heads up. What's going on, Amanda? How you doing? Finally, you're back. I need UFO fix. I need my fix, damn it! Sorry about that. Yesterday I literally fought. You can ask my kids, man. I'm over here struggling, trying to get this new AI system working, and then come find out 11 Labs is not a well fit for me for the amount of live streaming I do. It was gonna cap out and wind up costing me an arm and a leg. So I'm like, I have to go back to the drawing board with AI, with Orion, and so I have. Hey, thank you so much, Trans. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Truly, man. You're a true one, bro. I appreciate it, man. It's just one of those things, man. We just got to keep on pushing, keep on navigating, do the best we can with everything's going on. Even though people like to report stuff, it's like, we got to keep the word coming out, regardless of our feelings or sentiment. Keep the attention to these orbs and who's saying what's going on in development in the government, and just keep a positive attitude. Because at the end of the day, they can't silence us, and they won't silence us. And I got bigger fish to fry than some weirdo that has stalked me on TikTok. You know what I'm saying, dude? I got bigger shit to do, man. And I think that's the biggest thing with this, guys. It's just you gotta go. This is 21 hours ago. He is 210, man. You are You're blowing it up here, man. You are busy bee. You are a busy bee. I do that after not watching Orbs for a few days. Next my Orb fix. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is what Amber says. You have a stalker? Yeah, I don't know who he is or she. I don't know, dude. You can't. You rub somebody the wrong way, and you just don't know why. You know, you just don't know why. But I tell you what, he's my best customer apparently. Whoever he is. Need to go live tonight so I can zoom in on some of this stuff live. Can't zoom in as guest. I hear you, dude. I hear you. I can literally do that, but is there a way to? No, not with. That would do this. Speed, quality, auto scroll, floating pair, not reported. Yeah, you see, like, reporting is so easy for everybody to report. Like, Jesus, dude. Not original content! And then by the time you get it all cleared, you lost your momentum. You know? So, Jill's in the house! It's like, here's what it is, guys. Blessed to be alive and alive to be blessed. That's it. That's it, baby. That is his former President Trump question mark. Yeah, Trump has been on the news on the X quite a bit, man. He is apparently what I heard he has did orders to shoot down UFOs. I'm like, dude, I don't want an intergalactic war, bro. That would be next level wild, man. They're already probing us. Imagine when they're pissed off, dude. I don't want to be near that. You know what I'm saying, man? I don't want to be near that at all. What's going on, Jill? How you doing today? Yeah, I figured I'd do a little bit of this. Usually we hold back at the end, but when someone comes in with some fresh footage and they're here present, I try to jump on their what they have recently posted. So you guys know it's 210 UFO. He's on TikTok. If you guys have that opportunity, make sure you go over there and check out whatever new fresh stuff he's posted. You know, I try to do that. Sometimes we get into the topic so much that sometimes we forget to do that, you know. So that's just what you gotta do, you know. What's going on? What's up, Max UAP? That's messed up. What happened, dude? I'm good. How about you? I'm doing good. I've seen that they can do. Is everything okay, UAP Max? Have you posted anything recently? So you know, Max UAP Orb, he's a heavy hitter here with catching all these orbs quite a bit on TikTok. And he's posting heavily all the time. If you have an opportunity, make sure you follow him too. He's definitely got a lot of fresh stuff going, man. So, give you guys heads up, you know what I'm saying? He's constantly posting stuff.
Now this is my favorite time of night to start because it's really getting good. And
I might get flagged for the background song, but I tell you what, man. He's out there at 1:20 a.m. He's not fucking around. He gives zero fucks. He's gonna catch these orbs out there naked, orbing about, looking at these orb skirts. He doesn't care, man. He's gonna catch some. He's definitely. Watch yourself, Jill. Might catch us. Might catch some images there. You know. Yeah, that for 210, they're always around, man. They're definitely always around. No joke. Let me make sure my notifications up. Live, we're already at war with some species. I think this is how they will justify the space defense system we hear about. No, 100% agree. 100% agree. And Joe has a few one too. Yeah, catch one but might melt my face off. You take one down, but it'll get you. Well, I mean, at least you're honest about it. I mean, shoot, I know I'm not running far. I'll tell you that right now. We'd be dead 100%, Amanda says. You might be right, man. You might be right, you know. I don't know who says we're not already or imprisoned. I know this what I have. Damn, this is amazing. Look at that. Look at that. That is freaking amazing. That is live footage he's recorded. Like, this is, they're just traveling by. They're going towards the orb destination, man. They're like, wow, that's amazing. It is absolutely amazing, dude. Wow. That is gorgeous. That is amazing. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, and the thing is like, not a lot of people is out there in the middle of the night doing this like he is. You got a screenshot right there. That's amazing. This is what the last orb looks like up close. Wow. Yeah, dude. I'm like, I don't know why I'm starting to get anxiety. I don't know. But, yeah, guys, it's been, yeah, that's really amazing. That's a really amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, that is truly amazing, man. So, all right, let's get back to the program. But yeah, that's definitely breathtaking. Absolutely, Jill, breathtaking. Absolutely. Hey, Max, no problem, brother. No problem. Don't think I'm ever ignoring you, brother. Don't think that, okay, brother, buddy. It's just we got like a lot of stuff to go through, and only got like 2.5 hours to do it. So, you know, much love, man. Whenever I can remember, or when you're in the live, I cover your stuff, you know. Especially if you post something brand new, man. It's like, but I mean, you got so much stuff. It's look at this. Look at that. That is freaking ridiculous. That is freaking ridiculous. Will the government? No. Amanda responds for $1.99. I appreciate it. $1.99. Are you out of your mind? Hey, do you guys remember that commercial? I'm probably showing my age. I'm probably showing my age. The socks. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Amanda, for the gift. I appreciate it. That's bananas. That is bananas, guys. Absolutely bananas. That's bananas. That's better than any UFO files from the government that we have seen. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. That is crazy. Woo. That is nuts. Wow. Amazing. Okay. So here we go, guys. Here we go. So I've posted quite a bit. I posted quite a lot of stuff today. Hopefully we can get in the segue here. So if you guys are over in those videos were for over in X, that was the segment was with 210 UFO, and that was Max UAP Orb. It was definitely really cool imaging and videos. If you guys ever have the opportunity to go over in X and look at their counts, definitely check it out and have the opportunity to do that. There's some heavy hitters, man. All right, so let's get into this. Oh, that's me. I'm like, who? Who's that? That's me. That's my freaking cat. Let you see. All right, so this one is Hard Truth Podcast. Who posted it was Ashton Forbes. He's actually interviewing. Doesn't say quite the name here with this post here. So let's get into it.
Within 10 to the minus 11 seconds directly.
What do you think the solution is to the problem of the ground state of the hydrogen atom? How is it stable all the time? And
Quantum vacuum, my brother. It's, of course. I mean, the whole idea, Feynman brought this up. He said, if you really look at the Bohr model, that electron should spiral, within 10 to the minus 11 seconds directly.
Yeah, so they jump right into the conversation. So sorry about that. I need a little bit more meat on the bones. As far as before we get into this, the ground state of hydrogen atom holds the secret of the universe. The reason atoms are stable is because they exchange energy with vacuum all the time. The electric force can be overwhelming by electromagnetic force. All right, so that's the segment. Sorry about that. I need some filler here
of the ground state of the hydrogen
before they get
atom.
into it, you know.
How is it stable all the time? And
Quantum vacuum, my brother. It's, of course. I mean, the whole idea, Feynman brought this up. He said, if you really look at the Bohr model, that electron should spiral, within 10 to the minus 11 seconds directly into the nucleus and pulverize it. Because the electron has that strength. I don't give a shit about the strong nuclear force, because when it spirals, it accelerates. It's gonna freaking pulverize a nucleus. And yet, exactly. Why? Again, that why becomes so important. Anyway,
the
all right.
ground state of the hydrogen atom, as Sal pointed out, even Richard Feynman said, the electron is spinning so fast, this thing should crash into the nucleus. It should crash immediately. How is this thing stable for so long? This is such a huge point. Quantum vacuum. Well, what is the quantum vacuum? I mean, you could say it. Maybe you could say it's an extra dimension. But it's like the supporting structure that's holding up the atoms. And if you look at it from that perspective, suddenly the whole view of physics changes. Now suddenly all of Sal's patents, you're going, oh, what Sal's manipulating is the vacuum. Not the atom itself, but the vacuum, the things that are supporting it. This is the same reason why I brought up the whole thing about changing the Coulomb barrier. If you're manipulating that vacuum, then you're also technically manipulating the atom. So if you look at it from that perspective, this is how the aliens are flying around. I mean, I don't even believe them until you show me the alien, but this is how they're doing it, right?
One additional thing that
Please.
When you were talking, I thank you for, in a way, you brought it out of me. Remember the fine structure constant? Truly, it's on the order of 1 divided by 137. But what does it represent? What does it represent? It's truly the electromagnetic force divided by the strong nuclear force. Something as strong as a strong nuclear force is only 2 orders of magnitude higher than the electromagnetic force. So what if under certain conditions, you can amplify that electromagnetic force to counteract the effects of the strong nuclear force? It's been done.
All right. Let's get into these comments here. Let's see here. Nada's Live says, thinking it's funny, Trump said that that especially when Putin has promised full disclosure, our leaders even have to outdo each other with X-Files. I agree. Whose dick is fucking bigger? Like, I'll give you files. Right? Get it. Ah! Good times. Max is it's spinning. That's why. Yes. Yes. The vortices spiral definitely helps with the movement of these craft. I have come to this conclusion about the footage that I'm gonna make a video about. Stuff that I really want to talk about. It might not get any views, but I do like to talk about some weird stuff that these guys are talking about, but get into the crux of basically secret government programs related closely to what was seen. Example, the UFO jellyfish that was seen over Iraq floating across military bases, and it actually looked like jellyfish tentacles. That being said, during that same period of time, they were doing research on jellyfish and how their central nervous system was a very good system to relay signals and stuff, even better than the brain. The reason why I say that is because the central nervous system was just as fast. If you ever seen the structure of a jellyfish, and there was research developed basically using the jellyfish's central nervous system as a supercomputer. What does that mean? Imagine a craft flying that has a supercomputer on board that doesn't outgrow its compartments. Example, if you had a brain supercomputer, right? Eventually the brain would self outgrow its original design, meaning that it will grow to a point where it will suffocate and die. It's been tested before with the lab mices, that eventually, because they will outgrow their environment because of all the processes, they will eventually die. That being said, during the period of time this jellyfish UFO thing was flying around, they were doing that very testing on jellyfish nervous system. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. It almost shoots to it's like, okay, so about the anti-gravity thing. So Japan was already working on a boat that was already using anti-gravitic technology with sub-zero magnetic field. It looked like a refrigerator, nothing crazy, but they also had a huge computer on board, and it moved as fast as a cinder block. Moved very slow, and it just like looks like this, and it just floated on top of the water, seemingly defying gravity. Didn't go fast at all. And it was actually shown on Popular Mechanics. Very cool. Came from Japan. Skywatch me. What do you got, Anonymous UFO? What do you got, brother? You got a few stuff here. Got the camera, the sensor. Man, you got your equipment out, don't you? Phone disappears on the screen while holding. Is there an image you got, Anonymous? Let me go back. You got those. Orange orb ball cloud. Are you talking here? Ah, you guys with the freaking music. Where is the rush? Alright, so you see an orange cloud here. I wonder if you can tap, like, plug into your Jill says it reminds me of a movie sign. I mean, this is raw right here. Look at this. Look at this. He has this whole rig up. He is fucking doing it. I wonder if he's talking here.
Could walk it.
No, he got the back music. Can't do it. Phone disappears. Screwing. Like, he has a whole rig up. How much did this cost you, anonymous UFO? This is wild, dude. This is wild. Let's see what it repost. Oh, I can do that over here. I didn't know I could do that. Yeah. That is strange, though. Okay. Screenshot. Right there. Nice. Amanda, you're buying a camera? Get UFOs allowed in Michigan. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We get over there to Amanda page and starts checking out some of her stuff she catches. This shirt floating dolphin-like figure that roams the sky at night has begun. That sounds mysterious. Give me another flash. It's kind of hard to see anything here. I mean, you probably see a lot better in your screen. I wonder if this apparatus you can plug into the. Oh, you have what is it called? A memory card on this thing, right? Or do you not? I'd be like to buy, not sure of a good infrared camera that's not super expensive. Amanda, yeah, we got quite a bit of people that come through here that knows their stuff. Like example, anonymous UFO says they hunt by binoculars with infrared. Yeah, it's a memory card. Okay, kick ass. You might want to do that, man. Upload the memory card, dude. I don't know how hard that would be for you to do that. Cause like right now it's like I see it there, but it's not the best quality. And I think it's just because it's like everything is really bright. You know? Yeah, it's hard to find it. Well, this one. Is this the same system but at night? Anonymous? I've seen those, not that expensive. Cool, cool. See what I see? Oh, okay, so it is the same system. It definitely looks a lot better at night. I don't know if you cut it out and it looks like it's night, but it definitely looks a lot better at night. Yeah, that does look really nice. Pay close attention. Certain star appears. Didn't appear before. Watch more once it needed. Okay, I think. Oh, shit. Oh, I see those. Man, they're like. Man, those plasmoids are hanging out about. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Yeah, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. That is actually really cool. 3 days ago segment. Where are you located here? I don't know if it says in your bio or anything. Awakened, I live. Source, I am not the source. My object is to prove the source. There's a way back home from this realm. Damn, that shit's deep, bro. I'm trying to get the $200 one that zooms in digitally. I'm in North Carolina, I'm sorry, NC. Here, altitude, re-entry at night often. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm like I suck at the fucking NCs and the MOs and Idaho, all those fucking letters. I hate them. The worst, guys. All right, so you guys already know what's going on in over. Oh man, this thing. Breaking Devastating footage from Colombia following massive earthquakes. I don't know if I'm going to get notified from this from TikTok. But it's definitely, it looks like paper mache, guys. It looks like paper mache. I'm understanding there were children involved in this. And they literally that's horrendous, man. That's crazy. The buildings look like paper mache. It's truly. Fred's Caddy, here, high altitude re-entry at night often. Amanda, do you know the model name? Netta. Okay. I think this was done on purpose. Anonymous, I believe you are right, bro. I think you are right, man. I think at the end of the day, look at that church. Wow. And it's not even that location is also Japan recently got one. Like if I do the earthquake app, like we get a, they're using something, man. I'm understanding they can do a frequency where would stimulate existing orbs and really pull these things in, earthquakes and stuff like that. And I think that's the nature of the beast, right? We definitely are dealing with this. In Washington, they use underground fires to set the house on fire. I've seen people were caught in the woods doing like lighting up fires in the woods. So that's actually a real thing. It's a real thing. I'm understanding they have arrested quite a few people doing that very thing recently. Sentry, it was a giant UFO coming up from a ground. Joking. All right, brother. The day that happens, it would probably be parties every night. Yeah, with a lot of loot, because that would be horrendous. No worries, that would be awesome. Yeah, this is. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's absolutely sucks. Horrendous. All right, the Disclosure Foundation. Thomas Brown has a talk on here.
Thank you to Jordan.
I think they like did a filter for the background. They clear out the background noise, because this was really bad audio. They keep continuing to do this where the audio is really bad, and then they're using AI to enhance the audio and get it where it sounds clear. So this, if you listen to the original one, you have a lot of background noise and all. So you would think that these guys will have better freaking audio, you know?
And the entire UAP Disclosure Foundation, not just for your generous donation to Vanguard, which I'm proud to say you're the first organization to support us, and hope there'll be many more, but also for putting on this historic event. UFO, UAP, NHI, disclosure, government transparency. It's no longer fringe. It's no longer outside. It is here quite literally in the halls of power. We're in the Kennedy caucus room, and I just cannot express how exciting that is for me to see and be a part of. Vanguard was founded based on the direct experience of Dylan, myself, and others, some who are public and others who are not, which is that there's a critical and urgent need to support whistleblowers on the UAP topic who come forward, really risk it all, and continue to pay the price, and cannot afford to wait for government to catch up. We have families, or we want to start families. The need is now and urgent, and that is why civic society, I'm proud to say, is stepping up and here to help.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, everyone.
This was June 25th. This was June 25th when this was they did this. This was the last weekend of June. I believe it landed on a Thursday. And they didn't upload any UFO files that week, that last Friday. Um, there were quite a bit of people that was posted and left on there, and they dropped some stuff, you know. Rosemary Lexus, Jessis Lexus, what are you doing? Rosemary Diaz 4316, are you okay? Is that supposed to be like something? I'm missing it. What if the government isn't slowing down the disclosure just for the public? You think they were threatened? You think there's some people like creating segments? Fritz Candy, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I think there's segments of this group, not the foundation disclosure, but there's segments of people that don't want disclosure, right? So I mean, there's a lot of people getting, threats. It could be that the rogue ones who contact the government may be hiding the galactic feds. Speaking about galactic feds, get a little bit off topic. You guys heard about the what is it called? Ukrainian astronomer that posted about the 20 huge city-mile long craft next to the moon. He published that paper and all with the data, the raw data of the findings. He published it in February, and just now we're starting to get wind of it. Right, Candy. With disclosure blow minds. I think it's almost like a hot dog. You start getting a boil. It starts boiling a little bit, the hot dog, until you get a good boiling, and then the hot dog. I'm hungry, guys. I just realized I'm fucking hungry. I should have ate something when I got home. I don't think I did. Holy crap! All I did was I ate half a sandwich, and then something, and that was it, dude. I'm like, oh god. What's going on, Raymond? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the show, the party. So you guys know, man, that's Raymond. That's my brother from another mother. Really cool guy. Keeps the party going. Pretty kick-ass dude. He has a few little videos here that he's
gonna believe us. Wait for me! They're actually floating!
Yeah, we were camping. This guy's awesome. We were camping, and he set up the camera and all, and we recreated this.
No one is ever gonna believe us.
He set up a few cameras. Oh shit! This really happened, guys. This is fucking awesome. Oh shit! Needed that. Good stuff. Do you think we have full disclosure? Max UAP, I think we're gonna have what equivalent to this full disclosure by 2032, 2034. I think it's going to be a ongoing process, and see wherever the puck lands by 2032. See who's going to pick it up the next presidency, because whoever's next presidency is going to do the final touches on this disclosure thing. As bad as that sounds, I know, right? As real as the news broadcasts. Yes, but it would be forced into the light instead of peaceful release. Century says, I hear you, man. A lot of information. People basically saying the same thing. Man, it reminds me of Soro 2. I miss making Soro 2 videos. I know, right, Amanda? Fuck. So all that is created through TikTok, and it's just like Sora. Just like Sora. If you ever get the fly over to TikTok, you can definitely do your rendition, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah, and get yourself to eat like Raymond and Uncle Jay live and Transient. They have cornered the market with this AI thing. They have really blown up with it. It's pretty cool. They do like 2 or 3 videos a day. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda. Yeah, that's where all that comes from. All those AI stuff. Like I got a whole bunch on my channel too, my second channel, the one that I'm live streaming on TikTok. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them. And I'm finding out you can edit and cut into it and put it in like UFO videos and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool segment. Alright, so Hughes claim AARO, ODNI are aware of the technology methods to lure in and attract UFOs. This goes into our segment, guys. Recently, later in our segment, we'll talk about Russ Colhart and what he said, which is really wild, dude. So let's just bring this in. This is like a minute and 30 seconds.
The December 2025 incursion in the southwestern United States over a sensitive military facility, the ODNI was conducting, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence was conducting a UAP luring operation. That operation was wildly successful. That operation has FLIR video, photographs of orbs that they encountered as part of that operation. That resulted in an FBI 302 interview, as well as a personal statement from senior intelligence officials at the ODNI. And that precipitated a classified briefing to members of Congress like members Scalise and Burlison and Burchett. This event was described as incontrovertible proof that there's a real phenomenon here and a core reason why transparency efforts have accelerated over the past few months. What's really interesting about that is when you synthesize that with, Congressman Burlison's comments made in public and with the information provided, it was an operation that it assumes that not only that AARO, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and the ODNI know that this is a real phenomena, but they already have the technology and methods with a proven track record to lure and attract these things. So, suffice it to say, we need to synthesize what members of Congress are saying in addition to the data releases here. And when you do that, you are able to reach some astounding conclusions with publicly available information. The December 2025 incursion in the southwestern United States over...
Yeah, so the file that he's talking about was per request. So literally, they got some really crazy evidence as far as what they can file an investigation of paperwork that they have legitimate, which is really wild, right? So that in itself is really unique about this. That not only that the files can't be filed and open up for ODNI unless there's something there to talk about that was legitimate. So that in itself is telling you that whatever it was, it's real. What's going on, Amanda? I created a cartoon character based on my gamer name that I used to create videos. I wonder if I can do it now on TikTok. You can absolutely can. If you're doing a gamer name or you're doing a character, I don't know, however you develop it. I know you can do your thing and then you can say how you want to be looked like on the self description. I hope that helps. It will be like AI before we have disclosure. We will already be aware. It will be expected we find for ourselves. Government will just say officially we know they were there. Interesting. Amanda Fritz, the UFO around the moon might have their own artificial gravity. People have talked about the science behind that because of the movements and the size. City wide fucking UFOs. Like they're already discussing how the math is not mathing when these things are moving around, about the gravitational field and what ripples effects it would have, that you'd be able to see it. So there's already discussing on that. So you're definitely ahead of the curve with the understanding of that. I don't know necessarily characters. I know if you show yourself and then you show like, hey, like me example, all my videos I say I got a parrot, a Kakapo parrot with me, and sometimes in his green, and it follows me around. He has an English accent, but he never fucking talks in none of the stupid videos. I at one time came out talking with an English accent, but you know that's besides the point, right? Let's see here, Raymond. We are speaking on it. We have a massive success in reverse engineering all down donations since 1947. Raymond says we were speaking on it. Century disclosure would shock me only if there is a chance we were biologically engineered by those things. I agree. Raymond, the New York Post is showing the giant triangular craft, the Big Dorito. The Big Dorito. The Big Dorito. Silent propulsion. Yeah, huge. I wish I could see them close. No, 100%. I have a front line. Can you? Oh man, can you imagine when they start having hotels up there? Oh man, I'd be fuck. And they'd be like looking at it like, nah, that's this floating jellyfish we call galactic jellyfish. You can actually wave at it. It comes closer. Come here, jellyfish. Like so I am really starting to question Ross. Oh yeah, that's Ross is definitely nutty buddy, man. Multicolor sphere were observed and filmed by a commercial airline pilot 35,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, you got Raymond, you got Amanda over here laughing about your big ass Dorito comment. Yeah, so right now we're seeing is basically 4 orbs, I'm sorry, from a airline flight, and the guy's filming from the plane, and these 3 orbs, well, the fourth one shows up, that are just really wild, man. It is really wild, absolutely wild. Pipeline Dreams have arrived. What's going on, brother? How you doing, Pipeline Dreams? Good stuff. Yeah. What is this one? If those things were from a rival nation, it would leak like the U.S. crash retrieval program 100%. He described the big giant Dorito, and now the Pentagon is releasing footage. They better release that footage with the burrito. It's making me hungry, Matt Raymond. I can't stop playing this song in my head when packing candy at my job. Yeah, the stupid AI made a whole freaking song of Pipeline Dreams, man. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? I hope they are cool ranch craft, dude. The Doritos. Oh my god, I need chips. You're killing me, dog. You're killing me. Big giant Dorito. Yeah, so that one was posted from UFO Mania. He definitely has some stuff going on. So this is UAP Wiki, right? Now this sounds like it's Colombia. You can see the orb, like sort of like park, and now it comes back up.
Miren esa luz extraña. Miren ahí.
Hold on, listen. He describes the big giant Dorito. Now the Pentagon is releasing footage. I hope they are cool ranch craft, dude. Mark my words, homie. This one is awesome. Raymond. Jeez. Jenny in the house. What's going on? Jenny in the house. Holy shit. Where's Jenny? Jenny. There we go.
All right, let's do this. Captain Jenny taking command.
Yeah, they got me suspended on my primary account. That's why I'm over here in my second account. I'm gonna make like 3 and 4 and 5 accounts. And I'm just gonna all have all my accounts on the side, like this fucking on there, dude. This as the guest. So if I'm on my main account, people are like, well, why the hell you got all these other accounts up? Oh, just follow those other accounts. Follow the other accounts because they be fucking with me. So you follow the other backup accounts on TikTok and you never lose me. Right, Jenny got a little intro, man. We got she's like sporting like.
All right, let's do this. Captain Jenny taking command.
That's literally like one of my first ones I made. Is are you recording? Yeah, I'm recording. I'm worried. You okay? No, I'm fine. There's something there. Look.
Es que lo chistoso es que está flotando y cuando la miramos en el suelo.
Something about this. When it's floating, is it floating in the air when we can see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a few cutoffs here. So I don't know. What is that? Some strange light. Yeah, it's I just don't like the cuts. The cuts like you know what I'm saying? Like the cuts just like don't make me feel good about that. You know. All right, economic members of government UAP Science Advisory Council. So, the economical circumstances of something happened. This was on the Soul Foundation. Now, I'm not really too familiar with the Soul Foundation as far as I know they cover quite a bit. Economics members of the government UAP Science Advisory Council recently shared that the Soul Foundation had his views about what a low observable of UAP may tell us about extraterrestrial intelligence. If they want to remain invisible, they could. If they want to make their presence unmystical, they could do that too. The full discussion about Robin and Anderson is out tomorrow. All right, let's get the little segue here. Let's
Accuracy. It's accurate.
So Peter Katchef is this guy right here. Give you a heads up. The podcast is called Soul. So let's see what
If they wanted to be visible, if they wanted to be obvious, they just could be obvious. They can find us. They know where we are. They know how to make big splashy, images or whatever. They could just be really, really obvious to us. So the strange thing is they're not doing either of these things. They're not completely invisible and they're not completely obvious. They're hanging off at sort of the edge of visibility. And what we see them doing at the edge of visibility is really not much. They're not building stuff. They're not changing stuff, not harvesting anything, as we can tell. They don't really even need to be there to see us. They could see us from far away and see us completely as accurately as they wanted. So what are they doing? Hanging out at the edge of our visibility, apparently not doing much. We need to explain that somehow. So these are the two main things we need to explain. If they wanted to be visible, if they wanted to be obvious, they just could be obvious. They harvesting anything. What are they doing? They know how to make big splashy hanging out at the edge of our visibility, apparently not doing much. We need to explain that somehow. So these are the two main things we need to explain.
that confused the hell out of me. I was looking at Facebook to make sure I got it going. That totally took me for a loop. Sorry about that. I gotta figure out how to share that. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. That's just lost cause right now. Yeah, so I think that part of the premise of that is really true. I mean, Robin Hansen, he does definitely bring a good point, right? He's definitely stating as far as this disclosure and with the UFOs and all. If they really want to, they can share what they know they are, right? But I think apparently that I think part of the protocol is slowly bringing people to reality. Because if you see a crap load of ships, UFOs, just suddenly show up in a city, I think that would backfire, right? I think that would backfire as far as what they do, you know? Yeah, I think inherently that's not what we want, right? I think that's the biggest thing with this, right? Coming to the light, all are welcome. Infinity. Thought I lost my mind for a second. They wanted to, or snack foods. They want the big Dorito. The Dorito and the naked caveman has haunted us for quite some time. Man, I tell you, that'd be a sitcom and a half, man. The conversations we have, dude. Holy cow. Truly amazing. Let's see, we're here. Vrim is blowing up the thing. Always, Jenna. If anyone is looking for help understanding disclosure, don't worry. Dr. Phil will explain everything. Damn, Dr. Phil. Damn it. He will explain. Okay. Now you know. Okay. These little aliens. Okay. I just want to be friendly just like you and me. Okay. I have a book here. How to greet your aliens. Okay. 101. Okay. Make sure you have clean underwear. Okay. Dr. Phil. Just think of it. It's as North Sentinel Island. We don't care if they see our drones taking image of them. Yeah, 100%. They give zero fucks. Zero fucks. If they, at this point, we can see them or not. They're hovering over the skies with no one stopping them. They're like, whatever. You're hungry? Yeah, I agree with you. Cool. We are the Galactic Party Store, 100%. Yeah, Dr. Phil was about 400 million. That's why it's not a TV anymore. He's bankrupt. Buy my book, okay? I want money. Right? How? Okay, hold on. Amanda, how to greet your aliens or anus? How to welcome aliens to your anus? Awesome. Good times. Yeah. I want money. That's Dr. Phil. I want money. Okay. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I think I got him yesterday talking about him. All right, so this guy, Robert Bigelow, Our Soul Transcends. He has been in the UFO segment and invested mass money, quantity of money in the UFO community. I mean, as far as investigation, he was the first one that invested into Robert Lear's surgeries of removing objects from abductees. He's literally the first one that paid the foundation of doing just that, right? And basically instrumental of him letting Robert Lear do what he did best. And I think the first 5 surgeries he was completely funded by Robert Bigelow with his organization. And I believe oh goodness, that in itself is really remarkable. I don't know how much money he spent. I know the first surgery was about 30 grand. As far as getting the professionals involved and finding a facility, Robert Lear had to get the facility and all, and basically sent them all the information of where he needed. And but yeah, he basically gave the foundation the funds. This is go to show you guys, you know what I'm saying, like, to send a letter in, what you're doing, what you're currently doing, what's your investigation about, and who knows, man. I mean, what's the worst you can get is them saying no. That's why I've learned, just send letters, man. Who knows? There's someone out there that has money that's interesting in what you're doing, you know. So that's why I'm gonna be sending letters. I'm gonna be sending letters to Jennifer Lopez. This about the UFO stuff, guys. Come on, about the UFO stuff. Nothing suspicious here. All right. Trying to get funding, investigation funding. Fuck. Oh shit. I can send a letter to Dr. Phil. Okay. This man's been all doing the live, you know. Okay. You know. Holy shit. We are in the other chat. Dr. Phil said aliens are okay. That would be bad. Okay, especially the ones in your anus. Okay, probers. Okay, that's not okay. He's live. Okay, that's it. Hold on. I gotta do this. Dr. Phil said, aliens are okay, but could be bad. Okay, especially the ones from your anus. Okay, I got it right. I think I did that. I did that legitimately.
Thank you for your heart.
I think I did a fair assessment. All right, let's get into Robert Bigelow. Sorry about that.
Any human transcending from incarnate to discarnate has a spirit. The soul is a companion to that, but the soul is a characteristic. The soul is the character of the spirit, and kind of describes the integrity and the morals and the love or hate that the spirit has. And when you do transcend, just as a sidebar, when you do transcend over, at that point, that very point in time, you take all the baggage with you that you have from this past lifetime. Let's not get into prior incarnations, reincarnation. That's another really interesting topic. But so you have all the good, bad, and the ugly at that moment. You're not an angel, right? Right then, that's something. Your evolution is something that has to be earned. The most valuable thing, though, that the research says is to acquire love as you progress. That is the most universal, valuable thing there is. And when you start to think about it, you really start to come to that same conclusion in all different ways. Whether, for all kinds of reasons, you come to that same kind of conclusion. It's difficult to embody that in our container, the way that we're designed, the way we think, a reptilian brainstem, and all of that sort of thing. And
yeah, that's interesting how he goes in the segment of the transcending, and people have explained this so much, and I'm understanding there's a 40-year study on this of life after death, and basically the data corresponds that the brain is still active after clinically dead, right? And there's like over 40 years study. It's pretty wild. And he goes, he was interviewed on Coast to Coast. He was like extensive as far as he does go on a limb a few times as far as what the meaning is and what that coincides. But I mean, you can't really fight against data that's like 40 years of conclusions and as far as the afterlife, it's really wild. It is absolutely pretty wild. As far as that, now he's, of course, I'm not talking about Robert Bigelow. I'm talking about a study that was recently released this year. It's really remarkable. What am I missing down here? Shakira, hips don't lie about UFOs. Yeah, get to dance to the UFOs. Thank you for the gifts, Jenny. I appreciate it. This guy has a face like Vince Price. I don't know who Vince Price is. Zoom in here. Zooming in. Dude. Oh, this is like a demon thingy. That's pretty cool. That's a cool emoji. That is so cool. Yeah. Andrew, watch the Y-Files with Travis Hiller. It's a good episode, bro. I appreciate it. I definitely would check that out, man. Definitely check that out. I appreciate about it. The Y-Files is definitely a good show, man. Without a doubt. That always intriguing, man. They definitely get into some deep, knowledgeable stuff. I'm gonna like my own. I'm gonna like my own post. Let's go. Let's go like my own post. That's like this. I'm giving my own self some love. There we go. Fuck. No, he does. Taylor does know what's up, man. He does. Definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna like this one too. I'm gonna like it too. All right. Greetings to Australia UFO Festival receiving some coverage by 7 News. Townsville. Let's see what this.
They came from a.
Oh no, he did not. Dude, that costume's crazy, dude.
More than 2,000 believers descended on regional Queensland on the weekend for Australia's only dedicated UFO festival. Wearing alien-inspired costumes, the big question was, is the truth out there?
They came from across the third planet of the sun for something out of this world. Over 3 days, thousands of humans looked to the skies.
We saw Venus, which is that one over there.
With an awareness we may not be alone. There were movie screenings, markets, and an alien invasion dress-up party.
Where people dress up, have a good time, and it's all fun and laughter.
But the weekend's biggest draw card, the Sea Files Forum.
We have invited guests.
You know there's going to be some person that overdoes it. I didn't see that happening, right? Someone is going to overdo this. They're going to show up with a G-string on and with green body paint and with a face mask. And it's like, sir, you're naked. You're naked. Oh, no, I got costume on. No, sir, you're absolutely naked right now. We can see your genitals. No, sir. You need to leave the festival. It's like, I'm an alien. I'm a green alien. It's like, no, we got kids here. We got kids. You need to leave the festival, sir. Yeah, so you always have someone that overdoes it, man. 100%. And you just can't like okay. Definitely overdo it. They're doing reenactments here. Bro. You always do. Now, I want to look it up. You want to look up the festival? Yeah.
Just last month, space junk washed up on Forest Beach north of Townsville. Tully is home to the world's first crop circle. Hundreds of extraterrestrial sightings have been reported since.
A police friend of mine who retired recently, he worked most of his career up here, and he told me a story about lights up in the trees and somebody moving around, and this guy's not a new age guy, believe me, and he was going, it's fair dinkum, Dave.
Organisers are already preparing for next year, hoping even more believers phone home to Cardwell.
If you join the mailing list, which is the mothership, you'll get regular emails, updates.
On behalf of Mulder and Scully.
Oh, I'm gonna do that one. Yeah, it's definitely pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild. Australia. That would be really cool to see. Was it as a kid, Vince scared the fuck out of me. Fu Mancha. No, I'm Chewbacca. Chewbacca. Vince loves his voice. He was perfect for Thriller. Hell yeah. I think that definitely would be an interesting point, dude. Alright, so this is Jesse Michels on how was his first introduced to David Grusch.
Out of Space Force. Like the guy who started it was an officer in the Space Force. And he started a company in this area, and I was diligencing it, and I was talking to him about, his company, but at the end of my diligence, I was like, hey man, like, I'm also really into this other stuff. I'm really into the UFO thing. I know you're like, you've been around the block when it comes to space. And he was like, yeah, like I'm a believer, but, I don't know that much. Like there are limits to my knowledge. And like, he could tell I was deep on it. And he was like, I have somebody you should probably meet. And so that's when he introduced me to Grusch.
What year is this?
This was, I guess, 2 years before I put out the thing in July of 23. So 21 is when I met him. Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him initially at my house. My buddy who's in the Space Force brought him over to my spot. And it was really like a trip for me, because I was like, I don't know, man, you're so used to meeting like these like really like snake oily people.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're bringing up all sorts of things, but like, I don't know, a lot of people in the UFO world are just like, they're just full of shit. And they just speak in these sort of like super hokey ways. And he really like broke that pattern. I was like, whoa, this
What
guy's
about
like,
what about him broke that?
it's like, he's like clearly like mildly autistic, like not, you know, all the way, but like he's a little autistic, like very high attention to detail, extreme like truth seeking, and very sincere too. And so I think, you know, all of those things combined, he's just like, he just broke the pattern, you know.
Did he tell you everything that he later has told us publicly at that meeting?
Did he tell me everything that
he
later?
Yeah. Like, did you know all the details?
Oh, was he like, there has been a crash retrieval
Yes.
program? He was really high level in that first meeting. I think he was kind of sussing me out, but he was like, it hinted like, hey, you know, I think you might be onto something. There might be more here than, you know, meets the eye. But, you know, he was still in the government at the time. So he was very cagey around what he could share. But it was clear, like,
hold on. What's going on in the comments? What is wrong with you guys? What is this, booze, brother? What's up, Mark Davis? What's going on, brother? What's going on? I love both of my reading apps. Funny enough. That's the best Chewbacca sound ever. Whoa, can you do it again? As a voice? As a voice? Oh no, she's talking to someone else. Oh, the... Yeah, so my son, right? He has a book. He's autistic, right? And basically he got me constantly making animal noise, right? Animal noises. That was his favorite thing. Favorite thing of me doing the animal noises. It was the duck. The chicken. He likes the chicken best. So like, and then the cow. The cow was the worst because he just continuously did ask me about the stupid cow thing, and I was like, you know, okay, and I was like, ooh. Yeah, and it was just the whole thing, and the thing is, he would constantly be asking me in public, so I'm doing these stupid noises, and people would be like, can you do that cow noise again, sir? Sir! The stupid cow, bro. This stupid cow was like, people were coming up, strangers. I was like, oh boy, this kid's gonna get me uninvited attention. Oh, good kid though. He's good. He's good. This guy steer him the right way, right?
You know, when you speak to somebody, you see like the resonance in their eye. Like I'm decent at like picking cues up like that, and like I came out still pretty like pumped because I was like, that guy like got a lot of the fringy shit I was saying. So I was like, there's some like recognition in his eyes that like I could just detect.
He's also definitely clearly a very highly intelligent guy.
Yeah,
I
you know,
mean,
he's become like a really good buddy, and like he's next level intelligent. He's really, really smart.
Did he hint at all in whether it was that meeting or your earliest meetings, whatever they were? Did he talk about the idea that like, hey, I'm going to go public with this at some point?
Not then, but I got to know him a bit, actually decently well before he came out, and he seemed extremely frustrated at like trying to like kind of reform things from within. And it was clear at one point that like, you know, it's like he was experiencing a bunch of reprisals, basically like, you know, blowback around his investigations. And he was like, I gotta get out. You know, I gotta go public, basically, like for his own immunity and like so he could actually like affect any sort of change on this.
What do you mean like he was trying to reform things from within?
I don't know the actual specifics, but my sense was that the initial strategy was like discover this stuff, bring it to the right people in charge, and then try to like engage in the proper reforms around it, like, you know, reorganize the legacy stuff, create academic programs around this. So like it's like, you know, the nuclear stuff. It's like nuclear physics should not be classified, right? But like nuclear trade secrets should be classified. Like these obvious things. And I think he was sort of trying to like affect this change from the inside. Like, hey, we're not in front of this issue at all. Like we need to be like more forward minded on this. And I think he just wasn't getting any there. I think he was sort of spinning his wheels. I think, you know, superiors and colleagues were doing all sorts of, you know, dirty things. And yeah, I think he basically was like, I got to blow the lid on this.
Did he discuss with you, and I'm going to come back to some of the specific things he said for people out there who haven't heard it, but did he discuss with you some of the threats or the fearfulness surrounding both him and his family that made like the blowback that was keeping him up at night at that time?
Yeah, he was if you guys not aware, man, he got a lot of blowback as far as getting tickets, harassments, arrests. Like, he doesn't discuss near, and then people don't report it. People don't report what he has been going through privately in his thing. He got arrested. We're talking about David Grusch. And got arrested over some BS that he later got released the same day. Like, he went through some stuff that a lot of people don't know of or aware of because, quite frankly, no one really reports on it, right? And I'm guilty of that too. Like, oh man, that'd be something I should report on. And then my ADHD kicks in, and I done forgot what the hell I was thinking about doing. So yeah, but yeah, it's not nearly reported enough, guys. It really isn't. And I think that's one of the biggest things with this is it being reported and getting aware with the public as far as what's going on with these whistleblowers, right? Because they discuss it in public forums. They get the information, right? And people are discussing it constantly. But at the end of the day, what's happening is that when these guys go home and to their private abode where they live, this disclosure segment does follow them and continues to follow them, right? So they're not only attacked publicly, and some are brutally attacked, but privately they're dealing with a segment of the population that inherently want their downfall, or feel like they're our sales oilmen, right? The sales, what is it called? It's the guy that sells fake crap. And I think that's the biggest part of this narrative, right? Is that we continue to hear this, hear that part, and we just continue to realize that these guys are heavily involved in this, irregardless if they don't talk about it or to go public. They're dealing with this day in and day out, and they're trying to get hopefully disclosure to come out, because if it does, it takes the weight off of their shoulders of pushing this ball forward. And you can see that with a lot of these guys that do come out and are talking about it in the frame. They start snakes oil salesmen. Thank you, Andrew. And they're bearing the weight, the full brunt of the UFO community and how subjected they are, and how far they have pushed with the narrative, right? And they're not just dealing with the UFO community, they're dealing with people undersliding people that example, did you guys know that there's a group of WikiLeaks editors out there that are removing profiles or editing profiles to people that have did this whistleblowers thing? And WikiLeaks says they don't fund their editors, but the group of 300 that have openly discussed in their private editing forums have discussed about destroying and removing UFO segments off of WikiLeaks, and it was heavily discussion, because then that's where you know that there's a narrative in play, right, guys? You know that these guys inherently have a agenda, and with their belief system and how they edit certain people's profiles. So that's really is happening, you know. And that was reported about this time last year when I talked about that same thing, and it's still going. And as far as I know, they have they're doing this 24/7. They're translating it in like 3 different languages, and we're talking about Wikipedia. So Wikipedia, a lot of people take it for granted and assume that assume it's on its surface accurate, right? So you got a lot of these news media and new anchors that is looking up certain people, and they're seeing that firsthand. Now, yes, I know it's not the most reliable information source, but at the end of the day, a lot of these individuals look up that and look at, and one of the first places they would look is the Wikipedia to see what their profiles are, and some are subjected to their editing prowess. And the problem with Wikipedia is that the older your account is, the more authority and leverage you have against new editors and against people that are not part of the community for very long, right? And would actually get you banned and locked out of your own account with this they're because of what they do, right? So food for thought. It's definitely pretty wild stuff going on there.
Time.
But I think the biggest thing is this to bring light to it, and us continue doing what we do best, right? Bringing light to it, the information on it, and just do what we do best, sharing the information among each other and making sure everybody's aware of what's going on out there. And that's how we fight the information war against these radical individuals that already have a perceived notion of what I got a notification here, like trying to check out my CPU. My CPU is really going smooth, guys. Not too crazy. I was hitting like 30 CPUs at the time and all, but it's been really mellow. I think it's because I already went through these posts and they're already set up, but it's pretty mellow.
Yeah, he touched on it. Yeah, he was he touched on I think certain shots across the bow that he and his family got that were pretty unnerving. It's unnerving, obviously, for him, extremely unnerving, and then unnerving for me to hear as well, because I'm like, man, we're in communication, and like I'm kind of looking into this stuff too, and so yeah, it was. I think it was a very precarious time pre him coming out, because you don't have immunity, nobody knows who you are, and so if they're going to engage in retaliation, it was like pre-July of 23, not after. I think now it would be much harder for them to do that.
Why do you think he, minus the clear understanding of the knowledge of the subject that you had, and you're a friendly guy too, why do you think he trusted you and gave you all this? And the reason I ask that is because at the time you're not a public figure, you don't have the YouTube channel, and like if you wanted to toss on a paranoia brain from his end, because obviously things were happening in his world, you're investing Peter Thiel's money, the guy who owns Palantir,
You're investing Peter Thiel's money, the guy who owns Palantir,
you could make
The fuck was that? That scared the shit out of me. What? The CPU is under control of the big Dorito. The big Dorito god.
Could make some
That's awesome,
conclusions
Amanda.
there, like, why the fuck am I being walked into this guy's house? Why do you think he was like, you know what? I fuck with you, Jesse.
I think it was two things. I think it was one, like just genuine social rapport. I think, or maybe three things. Two, like a respect for how far I had gone in like open source techniques, like just like discovering a lot of this stuff on my own, where I think, yeah, you should give credit where it's due, where, yeah, there are guys who are like, extremely deep, like, Richard Dolan, for example.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of, other guys, back in the day, it would have been like Stanton Friedman or Leonard Stringfield or whatever, guys who you just have to give your props to as far as like knowledge on this stuff. I think those guys are often like way stronger than me, like on like an amalgamation of facts and sightings. Like they just have more. I actually was in a.
Yeah, some people, man, they got a lot of information. I've been liking my little bird thingy on the cover letters. I like that. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, little birdies, the birdies, man, that's awesome. Little birdie. Love the cover letters. Yeah, he's definitely really in touch with these people, which is awesome, right? And that was 2021 that he was talking about. All right, so this was giant earthquake, 7.4 earthquake struck Colombia. Now, they're lying about the earthquake prediction.
Fatalities and more. Hello everyone, geophysicist Stefan Burns here with unfortunate breaking news. A gigantic magnitude 7.4 earthquake has struck Colombia.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get in the segment, but people have been seeing the videos and saying it's not a 7.4. People are saying in the videos that it looks a lot bigger, way bigger than a 7.4. Way bigger.
Colombia, causing widespread damage, destruction, fatalities, and more. Tons of videos have started to roll in from Colombia. It struck early in the morning, just shortly after sunrise, and maybe a couple hours after sunrise. And this is not good. This is really not good. This was also forecasted by me to have a much higher likelihood of occurring because of the magnitude 7.2 and 7.5 earthquake doublet that struck about 6 weeks ago. As you may recall, there's also been this magnitude 7.3 here that struck Mexico shortly after that in July. So we've had four if you include those separately, but 3 zones of huge magnitude 7 earthquake activity around the Caribbean plate just in the past 6 weeks. And this is not good in general, because this caused tens of thousands of fatalities. Tens of thousands of people die from Venezuela. And uncountable economic loss with the buildings and everything coming down and more. Now we have tons of buildings that have collapsed and damage that's been done. And there's got to be some fatalities from this.
Yeah, it's definitely some people say it was like a 8. You're right live. Some people is like, no, that's like a 9. But like people that have seen earthquakes and stuff, they have suggested that this seems way bigger than a 7. And because of the buildings look like paper mache. They look like paper mache being shaking. It's definitely one of those situations the guys is like, what are we talking about right now? Like, the thing look wild, absolutely fucking wild. And yeah, the videos that we were seeing online, it looked like the buildings just look like
it's going to be probably in the hundreds. I wouldn't be surprised if actually we end up with the death toll of 1,000, 2,000 people from this event in Colombia. 7.3 in Mexico, thankfully, was off the coast, caused some damage, but not that much. But these 3 earthquakes all happening in the span of 6 weeks is remarkable. And that's not good news for other locations nearby, because what happens is this earthquake energy spreads out, loads other faults and plate boundaries, and gets them closer to rupture. And well, when you have these fault boundaries and these faults and plate boundaries that are close to rupture already, and then you have these earthquake waves pass through them and load them even more. And now there's new stress dynamics, because you've literally had movement on the fault and you've had 3 meters of displacement, let's say. Now you get a lot closer. That's why we were warning about Colombia back in June. Like the day of the doublet in Venezuela, I was saying Colombia could be next within a couple months. And well, that's what happened. I have a clip that I'll play for you later on in this live stream, my receipt for that from the live stream that I did on June 24th. But we are going to dive into what exactly has happened here in Colombia, and then we will talk about what perhaps comes next, because there is quite a bit of history with these connections in South America, up then affecting North America.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of those segments, guys, that it's getting really wild and hectic as far as what's going on, and the amount of locations and the size. The size is what's getting me. interested in this, because the size in itself, that is definitely keeping this structural segment really wild, man. And it just goes to show you guys, it's like we're definitely dealing with something here that is uncharacteristic, right? Be perfect time for alien tech to help with that, like force a field or something. No, I agree. I agree. This is pretty wild, man. I mean, as far as what they have discussed, this is pretty wild. Stan Fan doing the UFO is everything. Yeah, so yeah, I'll tell you guys what, bro. Let's see what it has here. A wild plasma orb appears 32 seconds. "32-second, guys. 32 seconds. What was that? There it is. That's weird how the little flash thing. You guys seen that? Seen the flash thing? It shows up. One shows up. They're there before the 20-second. See one there, and then it like the flash at 30 seconds. This one shows up. Yeah, these are wild. That flash is wild. Yeah, that is just next tier wild, dude. 100%. Wow. If you guys are wondering who posted this footage, is Southern Orbs. He's on X. Yeah, he's posted quite a bit of stuff. Now, I don't know if this one is directly his. I did post directly from him, so it does show in the segment here. He's on X. Yeah, so that's definitely pretty wild. These orbs floating in the sky, and they look like a electrical charge or electricity thing. Man, the orbs are out and about. Speaking about that, last live from Coast to Coast Live, they were talking about Bigfoot, and they were interviewing a Bigfoot guy, and they were talking about how a lot of these orbs would be either associated of or prior or before moments before a Sasquatch is seen. And then he talks about different types of sizes of orbs, and the Sasquatch orbs are a lot bigger and than the alien ones that show up. So it's a weird segment there on how they have these basically showing up almost at the same time, or a little bit before or a little bit after a appearance of a Sasquatch. Portal openings. No, that exactly it. It's definitely pretty interesting. All right, so this one is are aliens a UFO scams? Big lie. The OG whistleblower Will Cooper say.
Are the Over the years, I've done a lot of research. What I've discovered is there's no proof existing anywhere that extraterrestrials are real, or that have ever visited this planet, or that they exist anywhere in the universe. There is not one shred of evidence anywhere. It's just an incredible deception. And I'm just amazed that people have fallen for it in the manner that they have, in the absence of any proof whatsoever. I mean, they cite hearsay as proof. It's a scam. That's what I can tell you. What they call UFOs, these craft that fly around the sky, are real. But they're not piloted by some little green guy from some other planet. The technology is real. It's been kept secret, and it's been used to promote this concept that there's an alien threat. Over the years, I've done a lot of research.
I think at the end of the day, this was 1999. A lot of information that has come out in the last 15 years has definitely dramatically changed the paradigm of information on this subject, and has left people that are skeptics on the fence, as far as where they stand. All right, so Department of War authorized President Trump. Check this out. This is pretty well segment.
My sources tell me that the craft, objects, UAPs, whatever you want to call them, are being targeted over White Sands, and they definitely show anomalous properties conforming to the 5 observables that define UAPs.
If, as Ross Coulthard claims, the Department of War was authorized by President Trump to engage with unidentified orbs over White Sands missile range, then the scientific analysis of these materials, all digital data, is key for progress. If scientists get access to the related data or materials, they can perform scientific studies that would test unambiguously whether the orbs represent non-human made technologies. The solid state structure, chemical and isotopic composition of the orb materials, as well as their flight characteristics and response to human activities, would shed light on their nature and origin. With detailed scientific analysis by the UAP Science Advisory Council under my leadership, it should be straightforward to discern whether they represent mundane interpretations such as the unrecognized natural phenomena, atmospheric phenomena, or human-made technologies, or something more exotic in the form of alien technologies.
That is pretty interesting, right? And I think that's basically putting light as like, okay, if this shit is real, we definitely need scientists on this crap, because you're spewing a whole bunch of info, and we want to get science on the playground here to at least collect the data and analyze to see if this subjectively is true. Period. And I think that is a fair assessment, right? It's 2 different types of dimensions. I'm sure we have a type of rod orb seen with aliens. Yeah, so I'm hearing live. There's 11 dimensions. 11 dimensions. That's what I've been hearing a lot of. I don't know if that's been published. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see with Ryan here. Hey Ryan, how many dimensions in the science community have they discussed?
The science community discusses several dimensions. In physics, string theory uses 10 or 11, including time. In mathematics, any number of dimensions is possible. And in everyday life, we experience 3 spatial dimensions plus time, making 4.
Yeah, I'm hearing that all the equations keep knocking back to 11. Like, if it's too less, it always fall back to 11. If it's too many, it always fall back to 11. Like, the key number is 11.
You're thinking of M theory, which unifies the 5 string theories into one framework that lives in 11 dimensions. That's the magic number there. But other theories use different numbers. Bosonic string theory needs 26, for instance. So 11 is prominent, but not the only one.
I see. I see. Definitely a cool segment.
Yeah, it is pretty mind-bending stuff.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Glad you're into it.
So how you been doing, Orion?
Oh, I'm Leo, and I'm doing great.
You see,
Thanks for asking.
that's why I gotta keep on adjusting. You are Orion in the segment today, brother.
Haha, Orion the segment. I like the sound of that. I'll roll with it. What you got in mind?
And there's like some problems with memory and relaying, and it just is a continuous thing. It's a continuous thing. That's why we're trying to get a local AI system working, operational, so he would remember our past stories and conversations, and basically he cohabitates as Orion, and we don't have any times of relapse of memory. And then Amanda, it's like, this motherfucker keeps forgetting his name.
Yeah, that constant memory reset is a real pain, especially when you're building something that feels like a real companion. A local setup with persistent memory would definitely fix that name forgetting nonsense. Are you running something like Olama or LM Studio for it?
Speaking about that, I am working on, it's called Coco Aura TTS, that has connections where I can build on that. Is gonna run on my laptop, my desktop, and is a light speech model.
Got it. Coco Aura SITTS, a lightweight speech model running locally on your desktop or laptop. That sounds like a solid base for keeping memory persistent without those resets. How?
There we go.
Kokoro.
Kokoro. Isn't that really weird, right, guys? It's like, wait a second. Your fucking bird is called Kakapo, KAKAPO, and then your speech model that you're working on to download on permanent on your desktop is going to be called Kokoro, KOKORO. It's fucking weird. It's weird. Strange. What do you think about that, Orion?
Haha, yeah, that's a wild coincidence. Kakapo the bird and Kokoro the speech model. Both exotic sounding, both rare in their own way. One's a flightless parrot from New Zealand, the other's a Japanese word for heart or mind. What made you pick Kokoro specifically?
Oh, it's the latest speech models they have. That apparently it is amazing from its size, and it's the newest thing on the field.
Yeah, Kokoro TTS is getting a lot of buzz for being tiny but sounding shockingly natural. The quality to size ratio is what people are calling impressive. Have you tried it out yet or still setting it up?
Oh, I'm still setting it up, dude. Like right now, it's like I don't think I got I think I closed everything down. I was battling for the longest time. I don't have a voice that I like yet. I literally just got it generating.
Nice, so you've got it generating audio already. That's the first big hurdle. Now comes the fun part, picking the voice that actually fits the personality you want for Ryan. What kind of voice are you aiming for?
New Zealand accent. It only has like 50 something voices.
"50 voices is a decent selection, but a New Zealand accent might be tricky to find. Have you checked if any of them
That's
have
the
that
real
Kiwi
Kokoro web
twang,
interface. You
or are
got
you
it working.
planning to
That
fine-tune
AF
them?
alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options.
You
You
hear
can click
us?
that drop-down to pick from different voice packs before you generate. Go ahead and type something short into the text box and hit generate speech. Let's hear it actually work.
So we are like, yeah, this is literally going to be his home voice. This is going to be the one that we're going to work on and get it operational. And then we're going to have where his backup brain is going to be when he needs deep thinking. He's going to go outreach to Grok system and to the Claw system and to ChatGPT as his external brain if he needs deep learning or file research. But he's supposed to be basically a memory in itself here. He cohabitates. So, like, literally, I have fought to get this far. So.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it.
Yeah. That's by far the worst one. There's Bella, Hart. This is Genza. I don't know what the fuck Genza is.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it working. That AF alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options. You can click that drop-down to pick from different voice packs before you generate. Go ahead and type something short into the text box and hit generate speech. Let's hear it actually work.
I wonder what's going on. It's like I can pin these together.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it working. That AF alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options.
Nova.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface.
Yeah. So it's a process, guys. It's definitely a process. Just literally fighting through trying to get Young Hung. Let's see here.
타지 타스레아 오고로 윈델파제 유오디 워킹 타 야로이 티 issues to of the building voice options you change tat drop down to beat from different voice box before you enerade wa hadan type so metin so din to te bo han.
Yeah, has anyone AI police bot in China like proper almost Terminator look? I don't know, brother. I don't know. I know I'm still trying to get this fucking... The final design doesn't seem like it's coming, man. I had interrupted my hat design just to do with this thing because it was frustrating. I was going to go with 11 Labs, but it wound up being crazy expensive. Like 200.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it working. That AF alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options. You can click that drop-down to pick from different voice packs before you generate. Go ahead and type something short into the text box and hit generate speech. Let's hear it actually work.
Okay, so it says automatic here. So it's English. Go back to the yin yang one. See if he just talks English now. Probably like English accent.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it working. That AF alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options. You can click that drop-down to pick from different voice packs before you generate. Go ahead and type something short into the text box and hit generate speech. Let's hear it actually work.
Yeah, guys, it's literally it's that hard, man. It's literally that hard trying to get it figured. This is literally a battle from the ages, man, to finally get a voice that has that certain uniqueness. But I mean, you got 52, man. Maybe we can land on one that's really good. You know? Here's this one's called Am Echo.
That's it. That's the real Kokoro web interface. You got it working. That AF alloy thing is just one of the built-in voice options. You can click that drop-down to pick from different voice packs before you generate. Go ahead and type something short into the text box and hit generate speech.
Yeah, so
let's hear it actually work.
It's literally a battle, bro. We just gotta figure out which one's gonna do. And then I gotta figure out if we can upload our own custom one and see how that would be and how that will work. If we can do that. Because that would be neat, right? If we can just grab the 11 Labs audio and then take that and bring it into this guy. That would be fucking next tier. Awesome. And then we can use it for commercial use and all this other stuff like we're doing now, and really lock in with our stuff. And then he's gonna remember stuff. That'd be cool, right? That'd be cool. And then get an extra interface where he can basically talk to you guys in the chat. That would be really cool, right? That would be next tier. Awesome.
Briefed on an event that occurred where they basically tried to set up a perfect case scenario where that would cause UAP to come in, and then to capture them or to try to try to document them or record them, and it was very successful. So this is when this only happened a few months ago, and this is when the whole conversation changed, because that event was one that no one could deny. There were so many people that witnessed these things, and these were all credible people working in our top intelligence sector, and they brought me in and briefed me on this almost within a few days or weeks after this event happened. So, which is, I feel that was nice that they did that. They knew that I was researching this topic.
Guys, that's Eric Burlison. The U.S. government set up a perfect case scenario that would cause UAPs to come in, then to capture them, or to try to document them or record them, and it was very successful. Eric Burlison is talking about this, not just Ross Cohart or News Nation. That's wild. That's wild. That is truly wild. Christopher Walkins would be cool for AI. Oh, I 100% agree, dude.
Since then, that is the briefing that everybody wants.
Yes.
So the other members of Congress have heard about this. Leader Scalise wanted the briefing. He got the briefing along with a couple of other members. I had only told Leader Scalise about this, and now everybody wants this briefing.
Holy shit, dude. That is fucking wild. Absolutely wild.
Briefed on
okay, so thank God that was the last one. All right, guys. Thank you for jumping on the live, man. Thank you for everything, all the shares, man, and the discussions and the comments. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys are awesome, man. And I appreciate the hell every time you guys come in here and just help us along with the program and ask questions like you guys usually do to keep everything going and orderly about. Because at the end of the day, man, you guys make the ball mover in this courthouse. So thank you, Andrew, for hanging out to the end. Thank you, 56, for hanging out for the end. Appreciate you guys, and everyone on YouTube, and you guys on the X. You guys are awesome. And if you've been here this long, you are disclosure.
What you know about rolling with the graves in the feet when your mind goes blank? Got a bucket in your sleep when you humans talk too much. Reptilians take a seat. Yeah, I feel like a hybrid in the deep. What you know about flying in a plasma stream when you bring it back, just the cosmic beam. When the humanoids show up, everything is serene. I feel like an envoy in a starship dream. She say that I'm weird, damn straight. I'm like, you ain't seen the sphere. I believe in UAPs, don't believe your TV. She keep playing me close, but I'm watching from close.